Now, there is that saying, isn't there? Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But for our next guest, it's a case of never the bridesmaid.
Oh, this is just terrible. This is because these three women were sacked from their roles by the bride-to-be. Joining us here to tell us more is Claire, Cassie and Plum. We've kept their identity hidden in order to not cause any further upset to any parties concerned, because actually weddings, they're very serious affairs, and it is a very sensitive time, as we found out from Deirdre.
You've got to take everyone's sort of feelings into consideration.
So, first of all, I want to talk to you, Claire.
Yeah.
What happened and how was it that you got sacked, basically, from being a bridesmaid?
Well, it's quite interesting. So, when I was a lot younger at school, the first bride, obviously, was known for many, many years. We're best friends at school. We're both sort of like, best way to put it, chubby, you know, a bit overweight. And obviously going to teens, she was a size 18, I was a size 16. But, you know, we stuck together. When we were younger, we made a pact that if either of us got married, we'd be each other's bridesmaid. And at the time, I was working out in Ibiza. And so being abroad, being hot country and everything, different climate, you lose a lot of weight quite quickly. We haven't really seen each other since. So,
but she was getting married and she was like, you're going to be the bridesmaid.
Absolutely.
There was a pact.
We've always been friends.
Yeah, and it was really exciting. I got a call when I was over there. So, so I ended up flying back to the UK.
For the wedding?
For the dress fitting first.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because all of that goes with it.
Yeah, of
There's
course,
so many different events.
We hadn't seen each other for, obviously, quite a few years, but stuck to our promise and rocked up to, you know, the bridesmaids, like, do the
fitting.
Yeah,
to do the
fitting.
Yeah.
And I obviously just wear, like, sort of baggy clothes. I wanted to surprise her. When I came out the fitting room, the seamstress had obviously pulled all the material back because they're quite loose-fitting dresses. And when she saw how much weight I'd lost, because I dropped down to a size 12, she looked absolutely, like, mortified.
Oh, my God.
There were just no words. And she didn't really speak to me much.
What, during the fitting?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel a bit sorry for her.
Yeah.
You know that feeling where you think, I'm going to be...
Something's not quite right.
Like, I feel a bit... You know, it's like a bad feeling. It's not the right... It's not the right thing to feel, a bit jealous.
You'd also hope that you
But
didn't
it's
get
sad.
chosen to be a bridesmaid because of the fact that
You're a friend.
Yeah.
you're someone there that's the same size. You're a friend.
You're a friend.
Yeah, and...
So then what happens? So the dress fitting happens. You can see, obviously, that she felt a little bit uncomfortable. You can obviously gauge that from somebody's face.
Yeah, I could gauge it from the other bridesmaids who were also plus size.
Right, and then what happened?
And then we went for lunch after, and it's sort of, you know, general chit-chat that you have over lunch, as girls do. And nothing was sort of said. It was just more the atmosphere. And I could sense something wasn't right. The following day, I had a phone call, and it was like, hey, how are you? She basically didn't want me to be a bridesmaid anymore.
So she told you over the phone?
Yeah.
And what reason did she give you?
That I had lost too much weight and it would make her look...
She said that?
Yeah. It would make her look...
Oh, my God. Well, obviously, this is a lot to deal with, but then this happened a second time in a row with another friend that said that because you had blonde hair and so did she, and she wanted to be the only blonde with two brunettes either side of her.
Yeah. It was quite shocking, really, because we met, you know, we were living together, we were working together, we were reps out in Ibiza. You know, we always, like, we're in each other's faces, went partying, so you form that bond.
I mean, but you had the wrong coloured hair.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems so trivial and so, you know, so silly. Cassie.
Yes, this is terrible, Cassie.
This also, I mean, you would hope... Sorry, I feel very weird talking to you about it. You would hope that
anything of Cassie.
Anything at all. When, you know, you fall pregnant, that it's a really nice time for your friends and it's a real, you know, you get excited about that together and you have the support from your friend. But instead you were told you could no longer be bridesmaid.
Yeah. So, similar thing, we'd been friends for quite a long time, all through uni. She had been my bridesmaid. Yeah, and I'd actually changed my whole colour scheme because she didn't like it. It didn't suit her.
Oh my
So I changed my colour scheme because I just wanted my bridesmaids to feel really comfortable.
It comes to her wedding.
Comes to her wedding. She asked me to be a bridesmaid. Super excited. I'd never been a bridesmaid. well, not since I was 3. So, yeah, really excited. And then not long after, I found out I was pregnant. And then just after the 12-week scan, I had to tell her I was pregnant with twins.
And how pregnant were you going to be at the wedding?
About 5-6 months.
OK, so
not massively pregnant.
Not hugely pregnant.
No, not hugely pregnant. So I told her, we had a good chat about it, about pregnancy, about weddings and things like this, and came home. And a few days later, I got a text message, and it was me and my husband have been talking, and we feel that it's probably best if you step down as a bridesmaid.
By text?
By a text, yeah.
Right, I don't even know what to respond to that. So I'm assuming you don't go to the wedding?
No, I couldn't do. I was too upset.
Of course. I mean, naturally
And after
so.
being friends with somebody for that long, and she was a bridesmaid at your wedding, that is so upsetting. And you're not friends anymore?
No, we haven't spoken for a number of years.
Imagine that you would ever feel the
That's
same.
really sad, I'm sorry.
So, Plum, what was your reasoning?
So I was friends with a girl for 6 years, and I was at university, and I got a call, and she'd asked me to be a bridesmaid, and I was really excited. And then about a month later, I went down. Oh, and she did ask if I could pay for the dress and shoes, but I'd never really.
I've heard of that.
So I'd never really been I'd never been a bridesmaid before, and I didn't really understand or know how it worked, and I didn't want to ask like the price because that would be awkward. So I just like expected to be like, because I asked my friend who was next to me in the car, I was like, she'd be like, oh, it'll be like 70 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
How much was it?
we went to the first fitting and had all the alterations, paid for the dress and paid for tried the shoes on, but the shoes needed to be sent off to be covered. And it was...
How much?
£300 for the dress.
Wow.
And £100 for the shoes.
Goodness me.
And then that was the first fitting. And then literally a month later, we went to our second fitting because she was going to try her dress on. We wanted to make sure everything was fine and perfect. And basically, the other bridesmaids and her were between 5 foot and 5'4".
Oh, goodness. I can
And
see
you're
where
tall.
this is going.
And I'm 6 foot. And basically, and then I also had like the 2-inch heels on, and the owner of the bridal shop wanted a photo, but she like made a comment, like, because I was like leaning down taking a photo like this, that, oh, they're gonna have to crop my head out. So
what happened is essentially the bride took that literal and said to you, you cannot be a bridesmaid because you're simply too tall.
Yes, and I said, oh, I'd compromise and take the shoes off, and she says I'd still outshine her. And then another reason is she was like, and on that topic, you didn't post about how grateful you are on Facebook either.
Listen.
Grateful for spending that 400 quid.
Yes, and do you know what? Sometimes I think this is just proof. You've got your good friends and you've got people that you clearly don't need, ladies.
Yeah, exactly,
Right?
exactly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All 3 of you, thank you.